guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Kyuujin, and today we're watching with you guys the Pacific. We've done Band of Brothers, now it's time to do the other one.
Yes, like while they were suffering over there, what was going on over here, right? And after, because their war ended later. While we had never seen Band of Brothers, we still haven't seen the Pacific, but we know a lot more about the Pacific than we did Band of Brothers.
I mean, I know that Rami Malek's in it.
Yes.
He's the reason why we bought the DVDs, by the way.
Guy from Jurassic Park is in it too.
Yeah.
The kid, I forgot his name for a sec, but yeah. Well, yeah, the actor though.
The actor who played Timmy.
But yes, years ago, I did a paper on this for school, and but I had not seen it. So I based my paper off like behind the scenes and information I knew about some of the scenes here and there. But I wanted to watch this. We never did. We kind of wanted to do it as a reaction. That's why we pushed it back. And we wanted to start off with Band of Brothers. So now it's finally time to watch this one. And I know we're going to be in for a rough journey. All wars are bad, but this one especially was brutal because of the conditions, because of like the Japanese were really intense, the weather, the humidity, like it's just, it's all so different. So it's gonna be rough.
A lot of
for
shit.
sure. Yeah, well, yeah. Because you've seen that scene, so you
No,
know.
well, I've seen nothing. You
haven't? Okay,
I've seen nothing of that show.
Okay, well, I've seen a couple of scenes. I've heard about you know, some behind the scenes stuff and the actual people. I'll try not to spoil anything, but I'm just excited to watch this with you guys and get in the feels again, because it's gonna be tough for sure. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump in this first episode and see what they have in store for us. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
All right, let's go.
Like, I'll say right away, I know for a fact at least 2 characters come back alive from this. It's gonna give me a break, emotion-wise.
It's Joe Mazzello. That's his name,
Joe Mazzello,
right?
yeah. And John Bernthal, apparently, which I didn't
nice.
know.
I love that they're doing escapes of their faces.
I like that.
I really like the intro, guys. It's like a mix between Japanese art style, like traditional art style, and our own.
Okay. Brace yourself for the feels again.
There's only 2 at the end.
No, I know for a fact 2 come back.
Sorry. Vera, I'm your neighbor from across the street.
I know who you are, Bob.
I joined the Marines. Thought I'd do my bit.
Well, if I don't see you before you go, take care of yourself.
Try.
Maybe I'll write you.
All right.
She's not faced. Yeah. Although starting something right before you leave for war, I'm like...
Trying to have maybe something to come back to.
Yeah, or he always had a crush and now he's going off and he's thinking...
Hey!
You don't tell me I missed this thing. Did I fuck this up or what?
Oh, yeah.
Touch it on, Doug!
Hey!
Familiar faces?
Yeah.
The uniform that you wear and the globe and anchor emblem that you have earned will make the difference between the freedom of the world and its enslavement. The Japanese are in the process of taking half of the world. Here is what the Japs are not expecting. The United States Marine Corps. Now, never mind Europe. Hitler is not going to be our job. Not until they can't whip him without us.
Focus on your side of the world, because it's going to be something.
Marines will do battle with the Japs on tiny specks of turf that we have never heard of.
It's gonna be uncharted terrains.
Well,
The orders come from the brass, and you get it done. And whenever this war is over, when we have swept upon the main islands of Japan, the strategy will have been that of others. The victory will have been won by you.
your name specifically might not be remembered, but you're going to make it mean something.
Yeah.
Hold your loved ones dearly, and join them in prayers for peace on earth and goodwill toward all men. Happy 1942.
Yeah, get ready.
It's gonna be a rough year.
They're giving me a lot of John Bernthal. Like, don't make me care too much. 'Cause, like, I don't know.
JP Morgan, Manny Rodriguez, welcome to our home. We're happy you could join us tonight. When all this is over, let's say a year from tonight, we'll sit down at this table again for a welcome home feast. Just get the job done.
Yeah, just...
And come home to us.
Please. Sad though, because it's not really their choice. So much can happen, man, over there.
Sorry, Mom. Yeah, I know.
And like, I mean, I've been reading a lot about like World War II and stuff and like stories. You say come back, but even if you come back, it's not gonna be you that comes back. You're gonna be so changed.
You hardly packed a thing. Marines will outfit me with everything from bayonets to socks. I just wish I could have brought my typewriter.
So why you need that?
I thought I might fight by day and write by night, Dad.
You're gonna be fighting
You're gonna have to stay alert at night too.
Everybody's got to make sacrifices.
His dad is really not bothered, right?
Forward.
Can you focus?
Your son is going to work and you just pay attention to him for a sec.
Maybe he disagrees with him like enrolling.
Or he's trying to
Not make it
be
a
detached to not crumble.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
like if he doesn't come back, you're gonna beat yourself over this.
Bye, son.
At least. Maybe he was trying to fret, you know, work on the car and stuff, thinking that that would
To
push back the moment.
Prolong.
But
Yeah.
irregular heartbeat,
Eugene, I'm sorry.
lung problem, something.
Arrhythmia, maybe.
He kind of reminds me of young Steve Rogers, so. Or he's in.
Mama's still there.
Okay.
The boy's disappointed, Mary Frank. I'm his mother.
She doesn't want him to go. So he is literally young Steve Rogers. Then he's the type of guy who
Or
just
Jack,
wanted.
Jack Person.
No, he just wanted to do his part despite everything.
The states are mortal. When we look at the resources of the United States, when we...
That would have been his brother, the guy next to the doctor. There is that too, right? If your family's going and you're being told you can't go and do your part, maybe you'd feel like you're letting them down.
When do you leave?
I'm on the 6 a.m. train to Atlanta. I wish we were going together.
Yeah, well, you take care of yourself, Greaser.
You don't have to worry about me.
Don't say that. Don't jinx it. I don't know. A part of me believes that, you know, going with your friends and stuff would make it worse because you'd be worrying about them while having to worry about yourself. Like, if I was over there and I didn't have to think of my loved ones being in the same situation, I think I'd do better.
The treacherous bastards may have started this war, but I promise you, we will finish it! Yeah! Hit the beach! Keep moving to your rendezvous points and primary objectives! When you see the Japs, kill them all!
Yeah. I've read about the making of that beach scene, sort of.
Yeah.
And how the actors did boot camp, like, for this, and it still wasn't enough to prepare them for just the chaos of filming the scene. So imagine the actual people knowing that they could die doing this shit.
All the stress that they
You'd be like, you freeze. So either you push yourself and you keep moving, or you freeze a bit too long and that's it.
I know it's not the same place, but it reminds me of Call of Duty World War II.
It's not the same beach, but
I know it's not the same beach, but it's like the same beginning.
same concept.
Yeah.
Fucking run! Keep moving! I would not stand there! Or what's up?
Something's not right.
No one's there? Oh, they already, oh, well. They were getting stressed over this, getting so ready, but don't let that, you know, take you into a sense of safety or like. So that's the wrong beach scene then I was thinking of.
You know what's breaking my heart? When people back home are saying that, oh, we'll be back in a year or soon enough. You know that's not gonna happen.
I know.
Hey, now what do? The Islanders use a machete or a rock?
And you're gonna shit yourself. There's that too, right? the ingredients, the fruits and stuff, some of that shit is new to them. They're not gonna be adapting well.
Intelligence has it the Japs moved back into the jungle. Clean the sand out of your weapons. We move in 3 minutes.
And like them moving back into the jungle could be a way to lure them into a place where they have a lot of advantage.
I mean, they know that
the terrain.
The terrain, yeah.
It's beautiful though. It looks great.
Reminds me of Tropic Thunder.
Not the same place.
Not the same place, but
they left in a hurry. Like didn't finish their bowls or anything. They just left. I'd be so uneasy.
Which means that when the first group arrived, they went and prepared themselves to attack them in surprise with traps, and they won't be expecting it.
No resistance at the beach, so like I'd be so wary. It's a false sense of calm because they were ready for something else that didn't happen, so now they're just like,
I mean, it's like they're entering into Fangon Forest. Outside it's sunny, it's peaceful, but inside it's dark, gloomy.
The beast's lair.
Yeah.
I'm not them, but it's making me uneasy that we didn't get the fight at the beach that we expected. They've been pumped up for one thing and it's not happening. It's kind of like your adrenaline's gonna go whoop and then
you won't be as prepared then. Are they our own men or?
Well, it looks like our uniforms, right? Prisoners that they just butchered.
Shit.
I know, like the head on the ground had a cock in his mouth too.
Yeah.
So even if it's war and some people don't follow the rules, they are rules. So then here you come and they are not following those rules and they're showing you the full brutality that they can bring. It's gonna be shocking. And on top of that, you're gonna have to fight and face the actual normal shock of war. It's to know that they're here, but you can't fucking see them too. Could be an animal as far as we know, right? Like they're just so stressed. And you're literally sending them your position, so if they don't know already.
I went to take a piss. Somebody opened up.
Did he say the password?
I don't know.
Did you ask?
Start walking. We're moving to the top of the ridge.
And right now they are new to this. They don't have
and it's not what they expected.
The stress and the paranoia of being careful.
There's no enemy, so they don't know where to put their energy. They're on edge. They know that the bad guys are around because they saw bodies.
Let's assume the Japs are watching right now, preparing to come at us.
Assume?
That's the thing. We don't know.
They are.
Let the little yellow bastards come.
And by doing nothing, they're letting them destroy each other, get tired, like freak out, and then when they're done and spent, that's when they can attack.
Thinking. Hope it was fucking Jap shit. It's gotta be. That's Admiral Turner blowing the whole Jap fleet to the bottom of the channel.
He kind of looks like the Sean Williams guy.
Killing him.
Right? A little bit. You know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay, you don't.
Just
Stifler.
Ah, okay, yes.
We lost 4 cruisers. Turner took everyone left and headed for open sea. We're it for now.
The Elliotts of Turner?
Zero crashed into her amidships. They couldn't control the fire, so they scuttled her.
Bon voyage.
She went down with half the battalion's ammo, most of our grub and medical supplies, and a our asswife.
Oh no.
Fuck! Don't take poison plants as a replacement.
You know they will.
Because they don't know which one is poisonous. So they're basically left on their own.
Jesus Christ. There are thousands of them.
The whole damn Japanese empire.
Don't get too comfortable in your holes.
You are so surrounded.
So we need to face a whole army of Japanese people,
Yeah.
and we're left alone.
Everyone else
With
left.
no resources, no medical supplies, no more ammo.
Because like they got on that island, but it's not like they took it, so it's not secured, and now they're kind of stuck on the island with the fleet all around them, and no assists, no allies anywhere. And we still haven't found where the Japanese are hiding here.
Oh, someone's coming.
Look. You can't see shit.
Ah, shit.
They've been preparing, man. They scouted. I think they saw them and they just went back to be better prepared. It is it's an interesting strategy, though.
When you attack at night, you're covered by the darkness also.
And they know the terrain better than them. This also makes it that it's not necessarily a direct affront. They could have spread around them. And then we're fucked. Ouch. Oh, fuck, careful. Dude, you were giving great speeches earlier. Come on.
Move into the forward position.
Nah.
Damn it! He's lost it. Come on, keep moving.
I'm not blaming him. You never really know how you're gonna react until it happens. Doesn't matter what you were saying before. It's non-stop, man.
Walk him right, goddammit! Walk him right!
It's the fact too that like their way of doing things is we don't really care who falls as long as one of us makes it past that river, right?
Yeah.
You don't expect that.
Oh shit.
At the collection point.
Smitty, resupply down the line.
The guy is a poet. He reads a lot. He's quoting great lines and stuff, and that he takes lives now. That's gotta break your spirit really quickly.
Look at them all. I mean, we chewed them up.
They just kept on coming.
A real turkey shoot. Lucky.
Oh shit.
Yep. Like I said, as long as one of them gets through or takes one of you down, they are not gonna stop. They're gonna be relentless.
He doesn't want to do it. But is the
Oh, he's gonna die. He's stuck. Like it's over. But
yeah, but
just don't. I'm not okay with playing with the enemy like that, though. I get they're on, their last nerve. Just shoot him. Just kill him.
But it's the fact that
Stop. Just kill him. I'm gonna like this guy. Thank you.
is the fact that
You don't want
for
to.
Japanese, they got the order, and if they don't do it, it's dishonor
No,
for
he was-
them,
yeah, but-
and they can get.
I
I
know.
don't know. Did they get killed? Did they not?
No, he was gonna die. He realized he was gonna die. He just wanted to make it quick. They were having fun with him. That's what this is about. Men of letters, too. With families.
They are people just like you, man.
Yeah.
But like we
Some
said,
of them can do horrible shit. It's true. But not all of them.
And he had a little girl also.
And like even no matter how much you want to try to justify this to yourself, you are going to be thinking, I'm someone who just killed the father. I killed the husband. Doesn't matter if you can justify it. It's going to be horrible.
The jungle holds both beauty and terror in its depths, most terrible of which is man. There are things men can do to one another that are sobering to the soul. It is one thing to reconcile these things with God, but another to square it with yourself.
Boys? Hey, you guys forget to set the alarm? Yeah, where you been?
Up with the son of Samoa, screwing your girlfriend.
Oh! The real Marines are here now.
And I've been here for some time.
They look like they've been through the ringer.
That's one way of putting it.
We make
You're
jokes.
gonna just like them in a few days.
Yeah, probably.
This one here is from a buddy of mine back in Mobile. Dear Sid, I hope this gets to you before your birthday. Truth is, you're the lucky one, Sid. You'll never have that nagging thought that you let your family, your friends, and your country down. Because that's what I'm afraid of.
Well, you'll get there. I don't know when, but you'll get there. I wonder what will change so he's gonna be allowed to show up.
Your friend wants to be a Marine.
Yeah, but his father won't let him. He's got a heart murmur.
He's gonna change his mind? Or he's gonna go against his father's wishes?
Hey, when's your birthday, Sid?
A couple weeks ago.
How old are you?
18.
Happy birthday.
Babies. I hope he doesn't die and that's what's gonna push his friend to be like, fuck off.
Happy birthday, dear.
Don't say it like that.
Happy birthday to you. How fucked are you?
It's that too, right? People back home saying, I wish I could be there because it's bad for me here, not being able to help. And you've been through one night of this and you're already thinking, shit.
It's already over?
Yeah, first episode.
Okay.
It was quick.
With your comment, people back home, I'm guessing that it's their patriotism and their need to do something and they can do shit.
We've talked about this in the past and because like it's always going to be the same, right? It's the same war, but the propaganda was intense with how many like movies and posters and just speeches were given.
Do something for your country.
Yeah.
Go over there and beat up the bad guys.
So there's a bit of that, right? Through that, you'd be thinking, if I don't go, I'm not being a true American. I'm not being a true man. I'm not helping my country or whatever. There's a bit of that. There are the people who, like, despite that, just see their friends and you know, fathers before them in the first war or whatever, like they see them go over there to change things and they don't hear like details in the letters, but they have an idea of what it looks like and what they've been doing. They know they're saving people. They know they're doing the right thing. So if you can't go, despite the propaganda pushing everyone to go, some men would be thinking like, I just want to be with you. I want to give you a hand if you need one. I don't want you to go out there alone. I want to also help the people over there. So it doesn't really matter why you want to go. Sometimes you think it's your duty, so you do it. Sometimes you embark on these. You listen to those speeches and you feel like, yeah, okay, it pumps you up, gives you that rush, and you want to be a part of that. Doesn't really matter. You will never know what it's like until you get there.
I mean, I've said it at the beginning, but when I'm hearing these boys, because some of them are just boys, they're not men yet, saying, it's gonna be over soon, give it a year or two, and they're thinking that it's gonna be easy, like a walk in the park, like they're gonna kill a bunch of enemies, a bunch of Japs, a bunch of Nazis.
I'm just gonna line them up and shoot them all.
In their mind, war over there is glamorized. It's not the cruel, dangerous, ugly world that it is.
Yeah, you hear about those that come back and put on a face so they don't traumatize their families when they show up.
I mean,
but
you
you're
did
not.
say that they go over there, but they don't truly come back when they get home, right?
Again, like I think it's super important to listen. Yeah, they're not gonna be the same when they come back. Like that's the thing. I've read it recently and I thought it was very true to the reality. Like even though you may come back alive, you are never gonna come back because you're gonna be changed. But what was I wanted to say something. You're gonna see the people coming back talking about the war and they don't want to relive their trauma. They don't want to tell you the ugliness of it because it's gotta be really hard to talk about or impossible to talk about. And these guys probably think that you're not going to understand anyway, so they're not going to tell you. And I think that's why it's important that when they think they can tell you, when they think it's important to write it down, and when they manage to do it, you need to listen. Because otherwise, all you hear about is like how great the war is and how great those men were and how like heroes that they were and stuff, and they are. But there is a darker side to this where they've been through shit. They've seen more shit than they can even like imagine. They have done stuff, took lives and robbed families of their fathers and brothers and like everything, right? And they gotta live with that. You don't understand that side of the coin. You only see the rest of it. That's why those like shows and movies, testimonies are so important, because you can't really pay respect, I feel, to those guys unless you truly work to understand what it was like. Not just the propaganda, not just the speeches. And war is so much different. Like, they probably, at their age, they have heard of the First War. They have heard of what their fathers have been through. But if they talked about that war the way people today are talking about the Second World War, they would have heard the great stuff, how we liberated that country and we saved those people and we did great and we were true men, but they would not know about everything else. So when I see that this guy reading the letter and hearing his friend being like, I wish I was there, I can't help but think he's thinking, nope, you're way better at home. Yes, you want to help your country. Yes, you want to do the right thing. I get that. But you don't want to see this shit. And it's just started. It is going to be tough. I think I really enjoyed also, like, the way this first episode was. Like I said, I've seen a couple of things. I had never seen this. Or I guess all I saw was, like, the part where Eugene shows up later on. Because I know he's going to show up. That I know. So all I saw was from, like, his part of the story. So when I saw them show up at the island, I expected a fight scene. I expected action.
What you were used to. Like,
just like
enemies waiting at the beach to confront us.
Yeah, well, just like they would have expected things to happen a certain way. I think like everything we've talked about how like war is not the way we imagine it, and unless you've been there, you can't understand and stuff. It's kind of like that feeling was put in that first episode, because just like that, they showed up there expecting one thing and it ended up being completely different. They spent days waiting. They would get tired. They would, be nervous, but constantly, because they know the enemy's there, but the enemy's not moving. So
no, they're just hiding and keep watching you.
Yeah. So when you secure a place, maybe you can give yourself one moment to breathe and relax. They have not secured that place. They knew the enemy was around. They don't know what the enemy is capable of. They saw bodies, butchered and insulted. Yep. So they know that these guys are still somewhere, and they know that they can at least do that. But they did not face them the way they expected them to, because of all those speeches and how like, oh, we're going to light them up and stuff. That did not happen. So they would have spent days and nights just waiting for something that never happened. And then when it finally did, by the time they started shooting, like you would have been, I don't know, the adrenaline would have gone down. You would have been surprised. You would have been tired from all the stress. The Japanese are basically sending the message that everything you thought was going to happen, we're going to do it differently. So we're not your typical enemy here. Like, we have a way of doing things. It also pushes the point that, like I said before the episode, this is a different theater. This is a different way of doing things. The Japanese are not Europeans, and their approach to war is totally different.
I mean, you said it best. And for the Japanese, dying for your country is an honor, if I remember correctly. So when you said that, it doesn't matter if you die. At least one of us pull through.
As long as one of us manages, yeah.
But I'm not sure if were they obliged to do the order.
Yeah, well, of
if
course.
not, they receive punishment or something.
They didn't
like
start.
That or not?
They didn't start
because
the
those were really strict. General
they're going to follow their general
over there.
The Japanese their culture is very, focused on all that is duty, honor, all of that. But we don't understand as Europeans or in the West and stuff. Westerners, thank you, my French. We do not understand just how deep those roots go. Because, in that time especially, like, the mix between the two, Japan and States, like, that's not what we know today, right? Like, they know barely anything about the Japanese. It's not like we mingled back in the day. Not that much. Like, they were very close as a country for many years. So we don't really understand them at this point. We don't understand what they're capable of. And if, like I said, if they expected one thing, that's not what they found here. as soldiers, they're going to be willing to die for the cause. I'm not saying they started this war, but they were obligated to participate in it because they were allied with Germany, right? So you can correct me if I'm wrong because history, but yeah.
It's been a while.
No, but they were allied with Germany. So their duty would have told them to do this and win this. Their duty is not telling them to martyrize and brutalize and mock American prisoners or all of that. Or their duty did not force them or tell them to go rape women in villages. And to be fair, like the Japanese did a shit ton of bad stuff during World War II.
I know.
That is the ugliness of men. We can discuss this in something else. We can write papers about it because we could argue like whatever. I don't want to go into this because it's not why we're watching the show. But these men, I feel like because of how they were brought up, because of their culture and what they were allowed to show and not show, had a lot of urges that were kept in way too long. And now they are given that freedom to just do shit. And they took it to the extreme. So that's on top of like the I'm willing to die for my duty and because of honor. Because like if I don't do that, I'm gonna lose that respect. I'm gonna lose that. I'm gonna lose faith. You were talking about the guy who were stuck.
You know what that scene made me think of? I've seen someone who knew that he needed to move forward, but it was between a rock and a hard place, so he tried to go back, and he seemed shit.
No, they were shooting at his feet.
They were shooting at his feet, but from what I just saw from my understanding, is someone who said, I need to go, but I don't want to die, I'm stuck, get over it. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I took from that scene.
That is what happened. The guy was not going to get out of this alive, and they were playing with him. I did not agree. That's why I'm liking this. I'm going to be bad with names again, but this one man that we're following that kind of reminds me of Winters in a way, who seems to be like, he's well read. He's quoting like literature like that. People are kind of impressed with him, but he's cultured. This guy is an artist. I feel like I think he's the type of person that enjoys the beauty of the world.
Sensible soul.
Yeah, he enjoys the beauty of humanity, and now he's faced with the horror of it.
The ugliness of life.
Yeah, and it's so different. Like, you can read about stuff, but I don't think he read about that. And when faced with it, and you have to participate in it, and he volunteered for it, it's ugly, and it's something that you're now a part of and something that you're going to have to keep doing as long as you're here. I hope he doesn't lose his faith and hope for humanity and that appreciation for the beauty in people. But yeah, you will have to kill husbands. You will have to kill sons. And you also have to understand, like, if you're there and you manage to understand that I'm doing my duty, but so are they, yet because we're on different sides of this war, we have to kill each other. Like, I think we might see that more in the European theater because we here, I think we're going to be focusing on the extremes maybe more. But if we see that, great. But I think it's also a part of it, right? You're going to be killing these people, and maybe in your head you're thinking, this guy is not any different than me. And you're going to hate these people for killing your friends, but you're also killing their friends. You're not that different. So what makes you better than them? It's going to be really difficult to answer that question. You're going to have to find a way to go forward. Because if you start being the villain in your own story, you're not going to go far. But yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we're at the very beginning of it, and they just had a terrible night. Friends of theirs were killed, and they saw bodies that were mutilated, and that would fuck you over for sure already. And here is this one soldier who's completely stuck. He looks like prey at that moment, and you're empowered. You're the one in charge, and they wanted to have fun and mock him. You could argue that the Japanese would do the same because they literally did, like, they played around with those bodies, right? So you could argue they would do the same, but I feel like you would have to find a limit for yourself, before you turn into the very same thing that you're vilifying, the very same thing that you're fighting. But then again, it's easy to say that. it's harder in the moment to find that limit for yourself and stop yourself from turning into a monster.
When you're
because you're gonna be feeling the grief,
when
right?
your emotions are high, when you're grieving, when you're angry, when you're anxious, stressed, adrenaline.
That's why I can say I disagreed with what they were doing. I hope I would never do something like that, but I can't really blame any of them or vilify any of them because these are true people, real people who went through real terrifying shit, and no one knows how they're gonna react when faced with that much pressure, that much anxiety and fear. So yeah, I think all we can do is just witness it and be like, shit, like the whole thing is horrible. We gotta learn from it and try to be better in the future, because when we're forced to go through that, it changes you as a human. It changes you as a person. We literally saw like the guy who was giving speeches in the, you know, throughout all those first few days, right? Giving speeches about how they were gonna do this shit right and like end this in one day and all of that, like all those words that, you know, motivates the soldiers around him. But then when the fire started, when the shots came,
he went on the ground and was
too shot, too afraid
as shit about what was going on.
But I can't blame him either, because again, like you don't know until you go through it, right? You're not the human species, like humans, people.
Psyche, human.
No, well, we as people are not made to go through this. So those that manage to go through it, I respect them so much, and I know that when they come back, they're not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Because we're not made to go through this shit. And it's gonna be tough. Everything about this is different. From the way they came at them, waiting, lurking, spying on them, and then basically getting a drop on them in the middle of the night when they were not expecting it, after days of just waiting. That was a strategy they were not expecting. I think it's sending a strong message that everything about this theater is gonna be different from what we've seen before. The Japanese are not afraid to die for their cause, so they're not necessarily going to choose strategies that save, you know, more lives, while we might decide, like, we're not going to do this because there's a higher chance that we're going to die. Or maybe we're going to be thinking, oh, I don't expect them to go through that because they're going to die trying, but they might actually try because they don't care, as long as one of them makes it through. You were thinking, like, speaking of the guy who was stuck on the other side of the river, you were mentioning the fact that he knew he was stuck because if he came back, he was going to die. I think in this scene...
I'm not sure about the fact that if you disobey order because you just want to live, if you get punished.
That is true, but not in this
I know
case.
that the Japanese army are really...
Yeah, they are intense.
Severe.
They are very, very, very intense. But not in that scene. In that scene, it was really just him trying to keep going with his mission, and then when he figured out that there was no getting out of there, he tried to find an escape, and they kept shooting at his feet, so they blocked him, and he realized he was going to die. So at this point, the stress and the emotions are too high. He realizes he's going to die, so why just fucking do it? That's what he was asking, like, just fucking do it, right? Which, by the way, I can speak a little bit.
Coward, get over it.
No, but I can speak a little bit of Japanese, but I'm really rusty, so I'm not going to be able to translate shit. But I think it's obvious that he was just asking for them to end this.
Yeah.
Because they were playing with them, they were hurting him for fun, and it's just... So in that case, it was really just, he realized he was going to die, and he didn't want them to drag it out, which is interesting considering they definitely dragged it out with the two prisoners they had before. Tables turn and stuff, like, it's complicated in war, right? But what you talked about is also true. The Japanese are also so hell-bent on honor and like what they can do for the cause and all of that. If they mess up, they'd rather kill themselves than go back with the shame.
Yeah.
That's why prisoners, like the guy they found that was still alive, the rules of war say that we take them alive, and right, we're not necessarily supposed to mistreat them. But
if you're taken as a prisoner, you messed up, you're a failure for your country, so go in a bang.
And it's just a way for them to get one more, right? If he can take one of them down, it's right, he did his job. So those potential prisoners are going to be dangerous, and that's going to make them nervous, that's going to make them wary, and that's going to make them hate the Japanese even more, and it's going to get a lot more brutal. And I am a bit afraid that these guys are going to lose their, you know, their sense of self, and all that makes them human a lot quicker than it would have happened otherwise, because it's already really tough, and we're adding this, and we're adding the weather. It's so freaking hot. We're adding unknown terrain and unknown plants and wildlife. They're gonna see stuff moving in the night. It's gonna be animals. They're not gonna know. They're gonna shoot and just freak out later. It's gonna be really, really terrible. And they are already starting this with half the ammo, half the food, and it's just the beginning. Basically, I was right. We are in for a very tough time.
For some very deep shit.
But yeah, I think everything I knew about this show was about the other group with Kyuujin and eventually Snafu, right? Rami Malek, and like their little group I followed more because of my love for Rami Malek and my paper. But so all of this is completely new to me.
From the first episode, do you think that we will see like Band of Brothers, each episode according to a certain point of view, or we're all gonna be in this together?
Already there are many, many potential characters that can drive the story further. So I am expecting at least a couple of changes in POVs, but we'll see. I don't expect it to be like Band of Brothers.
No, I don't expect it to be the same. It's two completely different war stories.
Right away, the beginning was the fucking genius of all like the tension and the apprehension of just getting to that sand, that beach, and dropping the door. And we expected one thing. The music was like ramping up, and we were getting nervous with them. And then to be met with complete silence and just nothing. That is sending the message that this is going to be different. So, yeah, I'm not expecting anything but different. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
But it was a really, I liked the first episode. I loved that they did something with the stress, and it worked with me because I was on edge the whole time waiting for the shoe to drop. And that's another thing, right? Because it's a jungle, at night, you normally don't see shit, but at night in a forest, it's actually worse. So if you add to that the thick vegetation of a jungle, it's just gonna be pitch black. You're not gonna see shit, but you're gonna hear a lot, and not necessarily what you want to hear, which would be like enemies getting close or not getting close. So, in any case. Okay, so that was the first episode. Thank you guys so much for watching this with us. Hopefully you are going to be interested in watching the rest with us, because it's going to be a crazy journey. The full-length reaction to this episode and episode 2 are already on Patreon, so if you're interested in watching them right away, the link is in the description below.
You know, the next one will be out on YouTube pretty soon.
Next week.
So we're going to see you then, guys.
Yes. Bye!